Good evening. Huba Ilta, Shubho Santha. I am Mojibur Doftori. Whether you are in Finland, UK, Europe, Bangladesh, or elsewhere, warm welcome to British Bangla News TV's interview program today. The topic of today's program is Finland's Parliamentary Elections 2023, why it is so important for all in Finland. Today, our guest is Mari Holopainen.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. She is a member of Parliament of Finland from Helsinki Constituency from Vihreät or the Greens. She is also an MP candidate for upcoming parliamentary elections scheduled on 2nd of April, just 2 weeks from now. She is also four times Helsinki City Councillor. She is also serving there as well now. In her professional life, Mari worked as a visiting researcher at Oxford University and University of Berkeley. Previously, she served Foreign Affairs Committee member of Finnish Parliament. Currently, she is serving in the Economic Committee, the Future Committee, the Banking Committee, and vice member of researcher group of MPs in Finnish Parliament, among various other roles.
Thank you. Just to correct a bit, I'm currently, so this is my main committees are Commerce Committee or Economic Committee and Futures Committee, and then I'm a vice member of CRANK Committee dealing with EU issues and Budget Committee. And I'm a chairperson for Tutkas, which is an organization, more informal organization between members of parliament and researchers. And I have worked at Aalto University as a researcher, and I have visited University of Oxford and Berkeley, as you mentioned.
Yeah, thank you, and warm welcome to British Bangla News TV program.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming to the program. Amidst your hectic election campaign schedule, we really highly appreciate that.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
Yeah, thank you. And dear viewers, many of you live in Helsinki or in Finland, besides UK, other European countries, as well as in Bangladesh. All you know that Finland is a welfare state and is also a caring society. Because of global corona pandemic crisis and Russia's war in Ukraine, they have direct and indirect impacts on Finland's economy. Is also felt worldwide. Particularly, Finland's low-income groups have been suffering because of this war and global corona crisis, but government has successfully handled it so far. Question of the current politics before the parliament election is all about prioritization in national and local budgets. These are the main political issue now in the election among various political parties, that what to prioritize. Is it should the different things should be cut, benefits, or should we put more investment in education sector and other social sectors? These are the main issues where political parties are fighting each other. My first question to Mari is, what are the key issues and promises of your party, Vihreät or the Greens, in the upcoming parliamentary elections, and why they are important?
Thank you so much. That was a great introduction to the topics that are discussed currently at Finnish politics and at the election. So Greens, the Green Party is a party 100% for climate and biodiversity issues. So we're fully committed to solving climate change and loss of biodiversity. So these are the most topical issues, and we have an urgent rush to really invest on green technologies and stop the climate change and biodiversity loss. So this is why the Green Party was established at the first place. And we are also very committed to invest in education and research. During this term, we have achieved a common promise to invest 4% of our GDP in research and innovation. So the Green Party wants to continue this path. We think that we really need to increase productivity by investing in education and research.
Yeah, thank you. So what about what are the other issues like quality of education, innovation, as you mentioned, innovation and research, entrepreneurship development, and unemployment? Yes, these are the main issues as you mentioned. So what about the funding and budgeting for social and healthcare programs, which are of utmost importance? How Greens and you as a Green MP want to address these challenges of sustainability?
Social and healthcare issues are extremely important as well. And this term, we have done a huge reform for social and healthcare, and we need to invest in it so that the reform can continue smoothly. And at the very last additional budget, this Parliament added 500 million euros more to the social and healthcare, and we also need to guarantee this, the budgeting at the next term. However, we need also to gain more productivity in social and healthcare sector, since that is the biggest budget from the government, from the state, that is invested to any matter. So social and healthcare budget is also very crucial to the level of the budget.
Yeah, and in your election campaign, you mentioned about human economy, or in your campaign. What do you mean by this human economy?
I want to speak about an economy that is sustainable and is defined by the limits of our natural resources. This is also a fundamental point for well-being of any human being, since we know that we need to act really fast to solve a climate change issue. And on the other hand, we need to guarantee equality to everyone. Or what we can influence, of course, mostly are the laws that are ensuring equality in Finland. But of course, we want to work for a world that is more equal to everyone.
And your political opponents say that there is a question of resource mobilization. So, from Green's point of view, what do you think about how to mobilize more resources for social and health sector?
If I understood correctly, how to invest more in healthcare and social.
Yeah.
Well, I think the most fundamental thing is to make sure that there are more health. So we need to invest in health and not only in sickness curing. So this is one fundamental point that the Green Party has emphasized. So we need to invest in mental health care more. We know that many young people are suffering for problems, and especially after the COVID times, which were very hard times for young people and children. So we want to ensure that everyone gets the help early enough in order not to make more costs in the future, and also in order to be more human.
Okay, thank you. Tell us about the updated immigration policy of the Green Party of 2022, how it envisions a better future of Finland, solving worker shortages as well as skill needs in various sectors?
Finland has currently huge shortage of labor. We are very aging population, so statistically we know that we need very many more people to move in Finland, and we are hoping to be a destination that can welcome everyone. We have actually made it easier for specialists and researchers and their families to move to Finland during this term. And our party thinks that we need to make it also easier for any other fields. So this is what we're working for and at the future.
Yeah, and how Green Party is different from other mainstream political parties in Finland as far as immigration policies are concerned?
Well, we have one party that is very different from many others, and this is the True Finns Party, which is basically against increasing anyone moving to Finland. And I think when it comes to other parties, there are different, degrees of wanting to increase immigration. So I think the Green Party is at the very other end compared to True Finns, who want to close the borders, as opposed to us who want to welcome everyone and want to make it easy for people to move to Finland and also invest in for instance, in language education for anyone who comes.
Yeah, as you mentioned that there are certain right-wing parties which try to use anti-immigrant rhetoric to
Mhm.
get votes in the elections. Comparing to them, Green parties totally in a different area. They try to promote or try to integrate immigrants and so that Finland can benefit from more immigration. How
Exactly.
how your party plans to ensure equality of all in Finnish society, particularly integration of immigrants? How you want to ensure it as a MP?
We think that everyone has to have the same rights. So no matter where you are from, you have to have the equal opportunity to build your life in Finland, to get the children to the school, get your healthcare and social healthcare. And we want to ensure that more people can actually move to Finland because at the moment the salary limits are pretty high for people to join the family to come to Finland. So we really need to decrease the salary limits during the next term in order to make it easier.
Yeah, thank you. And tell us about the Luontomarssi or Nature March that took place yesterday, and you were one of the leading participants there. So what is the key message of this march?
Yes, so we had a huge march in Helsinki yesterday for protecting nature, and that is the key message. We need to commit to more actions in order to save the valuable nature. This was the march for, and many people joined the march. Thank you everyone for coming. Also, some parties as the Greens participated with many leading politicians.
Yeah, thank you. And in Swedish election, there was issue of gang violence that some of the anti-immigrant parties used that rhetoric that immigrants are part of this gang violence culture. And in this election, certain political groups are also trying to put this as one of the main agenda. So how do you react to it? Is it really a problem of socio-economic condition or background or as an immigrant? How do you say it?
I see that we need to invest more in housing policy that is making sure that every environment, every block is safe and is a good place to live. So we need to invest more in schools that are located in more challenging areas socioeconomically, and this is what we have done. We have to increase that amount of that kind of funding for those schools, and also not to forget early childhood education. which deals with the same issues. So many of the problems of young people and children start at the very early age. And what we have done, for instance, is to offer a free hobby for every child. This is one law that has been decided on during this term. So it's called like Finland's hobby model, and we need to continue the model during the next term. And this is also one of the goals of the Green Party and myself. So we need to invest on children and young people at a very early age to offer a good place to live, also support whenever needed, so that we can avoid of gang violence problems. And what we need to do is also to make some changes to our laws concerning positioning or holding guns. This is one thing we need to change. But there are no like easy solutions as some more like populist parties are claiming that there would be.
Thank you. And you are an MP candidate in this election. Election is taking place in 2 weeks' time, 2nd of April, and the advance voting starts on 22nd of March. It stays for 1 week till 28. So you have many voters in Helsinki. They are also our audience of British Bangla News TV. So what is your message to different immigrant groups of Finland about Green Party and you as a candidate, that why they should support your party or you as a candidate?
My message is that the most important thing is to vote for a party at the Finnish system. So you have to choose a party and not one person first. And then among the members or the candidates among the party, you can look at the website briefly, look at what they are for, and I can guarantee that the Greens are 100% for protecting our climate and nature and investing in education and research and welcoming everyone to Finland and making sure that there's absolutely no room for racism or no room for behaving differently. We are all equal and we need to be guaranteed the same rights and responsibilities in our society. So this is why I would vote for Green. And why to vote for me? I'm very experienced city councillor. Already 14 years I have worked for people in Helsinki and for the nature, to protect nature in Helsinki. And I have worked for one term at the Parliament, worked very hard for those issues we have discussed about. And I'm also a very courageous and brave person to raise up any problems there are. So I feel that I'm working for the people and not primarily only like for the political system. I'm there to represent people who have voted for me or who have the same goals for the future. And I'm really committed to my work. So I'm also very ready to continue the work if I have the honor to do so.
Yeah, thank you. And in some Asian countries, there are symbols. Candidates are elected based on symbols, but you have a number, right? What is your candidate number in this election, parliament election?
It's very easy to remember. So I was lucky with the number. The number is 222. So 222.
Yes, listeners, those who are from Helsinki, I would like to invite you to vote for Green Party. And if you like, Mari Holopainen is one of the candidates from Green Party. Please vote for her if you like, and look at her policy agenda, what she wants to do if she got elected again, and what Green Party wants to do for the immigrant groups, because this is an important issue in Sweden. Because of anti-immigrant rhetoric, certain parties have come to power there. There are many unpleasant things happening. So we want a rules-based world, and this rules-based world world starts from Finland, those who are living in Finland. Then we can also try to expand it worldwide. So it's important that we start from Helsinki. Those who are living in Helsinki, please vote for Green Party and Mari if you like. There are many other parties as well, but this is one option if you like. So I would like to thank you for voting Green Party or Mari Holopainen, number 222. And last question to Mari. Do you have any specific message, more than what you already told before the election, that to your potential voters? Something more what we have not discussed?
Yes, what I would like to add is that I feel that we need room for improvement for including everyone. And this is one aspect that is my way of doing politics. So I have suggested in Helsinki that we should also get the representation of employees of Helsinki at the decision-making tables. So this is, I also think that the way a politician works is almost as important as what she or he says as his goals. So we are in Parliament, we are dealing with every aspect of society, from social and healthcare to education and defense. So it's important to see how your candidate works. And I work based on research knowledge. I want to base my decisions on research most importantly, and I want to hear everyone and make everyone's voice heard. And this is maybe something I would like to add at last.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mari. On behalf of British Bangla News TV, I take this opportunity to thank you for giving us your valuable time. We really appreciate it. Thank you for coming to this program. Thank you, Mari.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and also for the viewers, dear viewers, it is our pleasure to have you here with us, with Mari. I'm very happy that you joined in. So I thank you for joining us, whether you are from Finland, UK, Europe, Bangladesh, or elsewhere, for giving us time. For today, it's time to say goodbye. Stay well and good night.